Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
So, hello everybody, welcome. Sorry I'm going to be off camera for this evening because wasn't quite feeling well, and just honestly did not feel like putting makeup on today. It was like basically, when I say a crappy day, I mean weather-wise. Weather-wise, it was basically raining all damn day. So basically, it's one of those days. But anyway, we got about 6 articles to go into, so thank you all for hanging out with us. Some good and weird, pretty much. It's like pretty much I think like what we've been primarily going with, just because it's easier to find those. I should say fun and weird, because good, unfortunately, in like the news, good is few and far between sometimes. So unfortunately, we're living in that time period where it's just wish I could go online and just find a bunch of good, actual good news. At least in pop culture land, but
Oh,
no.
there's a bit of good news in the retro gaming scene, and the new Conan book, comics, got nominated for a bunch of awards, so that's good.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it's like, but it's few and far between. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd pretty much have to like just scour the internet.
Good news now is when some kind of shit flops.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is like where it's like on one hand, yeah, I'm like I don't want to say I'm grateful for it, but it's like one of those where it's like I knew it, sort of like I called it sort of situation. But the other hand, it's like I don't want to keep reporting that stuff.
Yeah.
So it gets old and it gets like it's
it
still
never stops.
It's still negative.
Yeah.
And but anyway, so yeah, good news. Yeah, Rooster Teeth is done. They suckled at the teat of identity politics, and now they've pretty much been closed.
What?
By Warner Brothers.
I'm not sure what that is.
Just look them up. They very much lost their way. They're like gaming, and so forth, and they just like I said, they like basically prostrated themselves before the altar of SJWism. If you know the Halo, red versus blue, things like that. So like basically, they very much lost their way recently. But anyways, before I say hello to the chat and get into the topics, Steve, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Right here, twice a month, and sometimes on Teresa's channel, and sometimes I'm on with Sporking, and sometimes on with Tommy. But it's all random and not as often as it used to be. I'm probably down to like 5% YouTubing at this point.
At some point I am going to get back into making videos. I'm going to be spending part of this weekend getting like a semi script together for my Rings of Power Crimes Against certain characters. I'm going to get a script going for Celebrimbor to go into how Rings of Power, how Amazon Studios and Rings of Power showrunners, how they butchered that character in so many ways. In so many ways, they butchered that character, and so. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna say hello to the chat from the top. I see Trey. I love how he puts a grifter in his name right here, because he got called a grifter.
Yeah, because he's making so much money from that, isn't he?
I know he's making so much money, and apparently he's a grifter because he doesn't talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender 24/7 on Twitter. So obviously he's a grifter because he criticized the show.
Yeah, I got labeled a shill for being okay with people watching a George Lucas movie in the cinema. That made me a Disney shill. Even though I didn't make a dime up from it, but still, doesn't take much.
It's like I was like at the point where it's like
someone needs to know what the word shill means.
Yeah, I know. It's like at that point, like I don't care what people spend their money on. I really don't care what people spend their money on. I just have a problem with like the hypocrisy of it, where like you go and spend money on a movie and then turn around and criticize that same company that you actually gave money to when you went to go see the movie. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, the people who called me a shill were just a week earlier doing a live stream talking about a Disney-owned movie.
yeah. So I'm like,
Currently only streaming on Disney Plus. I'm like,
yeah. It's like I don't care what you see. I just don't like the hypocrisy of it. Just come out and like admit, yeah, like like we have a problem with this company. We're gonna like criticize it, but we're gonna go see the movie anyway.
pick your battles.
Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah.
Gravy D. Yeah, here's we're ready for the fun, and yeah, he's trying to get back in my good graces. Like also, I'm really good at Halo. Yes.
Did he criticize your map skills again, or
No?
He's actually done that more than I have.
No, not map skills. More like just general Halo skills. And then like he didn't think I was in the chat, and then like as soon as I sat down in front of my computer, because I have John Connor streaming on like in the background because I'm modding. I was modding for his first kick stream, and I see Gravy D's comments.
Is it because you croak all the time?
Pretty much, not all the time, but that's the implication. But that was the implication. Corey, hello, and I will have you know that I've killed hunters in the Halo game with just a pistol. So there it is.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, well, it's an achievement, and I got it. So. Charlie Steven, what is up? Cowman T watching Moneyball, and they're watching Wolfman. Yeah. It's my Twitch. I might be here tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. And to answer your question, Charlie Stevenson, it was the Benicio del Toro Wolfman, which I remember not really liking when it came out, and it's primarily because I did not like Benicio del Toro's performance.
I like that movie.
What?
I like that movie.
I was not like a fan of it. I'm not saying it was horrible. I said it's primarily my criticism is on Benicio del Toro's performance.
Yeah, he was probably the weakest one in it.
Yeah, which if I can't be engaged with the main character that I know what's going to happen to him, even it takes me out of the movie. So Lon Chaney, which like it's not exactly believable that Lon Chaney is in the movie is the son of Claude Rains' character, but at the same time, it's like Lon Chaney made me care about him, like what was happening with him. Where Benicio del Toro was like, I don't fucking care. You get furry once a month.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving was great in it.
Yeah, I'm saying the other characters around Del Toro were good. It's just the main actor is like took me out of it because like okay, I can't care about this character. I'm supposed to care about this character because of what happens to him.
Would you agree if I said Hugo Weaving would have made a great Sherlock Holmes?
Oh yeah, he would have. Jaluk, what is up? Good to see you. Kay Roberts, what is up? Tara Crystal. Yeah, Steph's trying to get just trying to get me to make an OnlyFans. It's a joke, Chad. It's a joke, but yeah, like from the last stream. Hey, Metalon. Good to see you. Make sure you don't miss anyone. Yeah, go woke, go broke. Yeah. Red versus Blue. I want to go back and watch that. I miss watching stuff like that. DJD, what is up? Yes, hit the like button, everyone. Rich appreciated. It's a trap. They did Celebrimbor they did him so wrong on so many levels. They got his personality wrong, like fundamentally got his personality wrong when it comes to certain aspects of the character. They also took away his relationship with the dwarves and gave it to Elrond, which makes absolutely no sense. And when the 3 Rings of Power are created at the end of the series, they take that away from him as well. He's the one who created it. He created those 3 rings without the help of Anatar, aka Sauron. He did that on his own, but no, they give the idea to fucking Galadriel.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Hello, Livia.
I'm agreeing with Conroy in the chat that movie Frodo is not that good.
You're talking about Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. I was fine with his performance. Basically, Frodo's supposed to look that young. It's supposed to be kind of like that personality.
Yeah. The person. I don't know. It was the performance.
I don't know. I was fine with it. Michael's Asylum. Hello. Good to see you. Azure. Hello. What is up? Well, see, the thing is, I get where you're coming from with this, with the Wonka experience, because that was a whole nother level. But I would still disagree in the fact that I could still watch something because I was not watching anything. I was watching shit for 8 episodes.
Yeah. That was shit. And then they lied to the customers.
Oh, yeah. And this is my Discord. I broke down and created a Discord server. Thank you, Trey. And every other Friday, thereabouts every other weekend, I do watch parties on my Discord. And I'm going to be, just for shits and giggles, and we will be putting on Bulletproof Monk Friday. But at some point, I do want to show you guys.
That was fun.
I did want to show you guys classic movies because this evening I was watching Stalag 17, which is where this clip is from. Hold on, my mouse is dying. I gotta turn it off and on so I can select. This is where this clip is from. That whenever we get called, when like accused of anything by SJWs, I like playing this clip.
Droppen Sie dead! Quiet! They're indoctrinating! Is they're all indoctrinated? No! Is they're all good little Nazis? No! Is they're all good little Adolfs? No! Then we will all salute Feldwebel Schulz! About face! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil!
So whenever they accuse us of anything, pretty much.
I thought they said Stieg Heil.
No. This is my throne. Yes, it's kind of like an Amazon wish list. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's like that's kind of like it's a whole nother level of experience. So it's like I get where I get where you're coming from. And people got their money back. But like I would still disagree that I was able to watch anything. With from Rings of Power. So bad to make Shadow of Mordor games look more loyal to the book. Well, yeah. And Shadow of Mordor never really pretended to be book accurate or necessarily entirely loyal to the books, but they were a lot fucking closer than Rings of Power was.
Yeah. When they actually weren't even trying.
I watched all 8 episodes. I was one of the 37% of schmucks that finished the season, although I did not give Amazon any clicks, I should say. And I will be watching season 2 the same way. Sailing the high seas. So, yeah, the cartoon was, I would say, worse performance than...
What's the pirate's favorite letter, Maura?
R.
No, because his true love is C.
Yeah, or C, one of the two. Let's see. Yeah, both attempted to fool the public. Yeah. See, the thing is, the Wonka experience attempted to fool the public. Rings of Power out and out lied to the public, and they're still lying.
Yeah, they even paid people to lie.
Yeah.
Which is stunning.
Kind of like a difference without a distinction without a difference, pretty much. In a sense. But anyway, so what time Friday? Probably around, hopefully no later than 7 p.m. Eastern. Because the movie itself is about an hour and 45 minutes, I want to say. I think would include credits, but I'd be starting it on the relatively early side. So yeah, I liked that. I thought it was like really cute. But anyway, so I have 6 articles. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4 that Stieg sent, and then 2 that Trey shared with me. So some fun and weird stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So for those who are new to this stream, what Stieg does is he rolls a die depending on the number of articles that we have. So in this case, it would be a D6 to see which one we randomly choose rather than go from left to right. So
number 1.
Oh, right out the bat. All right. this if Lethal needed any further proof that the sea should be drained, it's probably this article. Or the ocean should be drained. So newly discovered, quote, giant sea lizard has, quote, dagger teeth and, quote, can scoff a human whole. A new species of giant sea lizard has been discovered. The prehistoric beasts had dagger-like teeth and could have swallowed a human being whole, according to Poffins. So it's Kinjaria acutus, newly identified mosasaur.
Australian.
So, yeah, Boffins have discovered a species of prehistoric sea lizard with dagger-like teeth that could swallow a human whole. So basically, it's not alive, but basically it's found and able to identify that it once lived. Kinjaria acutus, a newly identified mosasaur, is described in a study published in the Cretaceous Research Journal. Mosasaurs were giant aquatic predators that lived between 82 million and 66 million years ago, and they could grow to more than 40 feet long, and their closest living relatives are thought to be monitor lizards. So the study lead author, Nick Longridge, a paleontologist at the University of Bath, told Newsweek, mosasaurs are giant sea lizards. They were highly specialized for marine environments and fully aquatic. Their legs were transformed into whale-like flippers. The tail had a shark-like tail fin, and they gave live birth like whales. So, a little perspective on the size of this thing.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm getting mosasaur. One of those old maps dragons are based off actual captured prehistoric mosasaurs.
Hence why it's extinct. Sorry.
Yes. So Kinjaria acutus has been identified and described based on an incomplete set of bones found in the phosphate mines of Kariga province, Morocco. I don't know if it's Kariba or Kariga, because these two letters, one would be not sounded out.
It's Karibiga.
No, like generally when something's like this, one of the letters is not pronounced, even though it's in the word. But anyway, it's in Morocco. The bones date back roughly 67 million to 69 million years, and this particular mosasaur will have measured up to 25 feet with jaws wide enough to swallow a human whole, according to Longridge. What makes it distinct from the others is its bizarre skull morphology. So the new species has short, robust jaws, dagger-like teeth, and an elongated posterior region of the skull. Longridge described this in layman's terms in the blog post, so part of the incomplete skeleton right here. So I find this stuff fascinating.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, yeah, the jaws were powerful, with the teeth in the front of the jaws being long, straight, and flattened side to side like a set of daggers, giving it a wicked smile. This mosasaur is positively demonic, and the name refers to its teeth in the kinjar, meaning dagger in Arabic, and acuta, meaning sharp in Latin. So sharp dagger.
Give me a D&D idea.
Oh God! I just look at that. That's just like partly the bone, the bones, pretty much. You can see the teeth down there, so it's that's just around the head region. Like, these things were just, I cannot imagine anything like this. So I find this stuff fascinating. The Cretaceous time period fascinating.
Did you ever see have you seen the stone bite?
Stone bite?
It's a real fish. See, it's in a picture. We have it in Norway.
Yeah.
It's see if I can find it proper.
Also makes me hate the ocean. I mean, given the fact that there's still vast parts of the ocean unexplored because of how deep it is, I would shudder to think what creatures are have evolved living at those depths, or maybe even still from like millions of years ago, still around and living in those depths. I love paleontology. I wish I kind of studied it more as well.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Put two pictures in the private chat.
A Vertical Horizons, Cthulhu's just chilling down there. Yeah, pretty much. I think it's possible something like this could still exist. Like I said, like there's so many like sections of the ocean like undiscovered. Oh yeah, I think I've seen those. I've seen the pictures of them.
They hiss.
They hiss.
And they actually try to bite you.
I'm looking at that teeth, like, yeah. They actually hiss?
Yeah.
Oh, God, those fish are ugly.
Really, really tasty, but you don't want to catch one.
No. I don't know. I'm just what could be still alive down there and at those I mean, like the Meg movies, for example. I know that those are fantastical. All right, pretty much. But at the same time, it's like it does pose what is down there? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. For all we know, they could have found the skeletons of these giant sea urchins, and they could be at those vast depths, and we don't see them because of how deep they live, because of how big they are. So, for all we know, Atlantis is down there too. Yeah. Jason Statham's got this, yeah. The only thing I did not like in the first movie is that's pretty much my quirk. All right, so nothing against the movie itself necessarily, is what happens with the whales. Other than that, I just think basically just shut my brain off and have fun.
But the whales got eaten?
Yeah. It was like a mother whale and her baby.
Yeah.
And you don't see what happens to the mom, but you see what happens to her baby, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see that.
Don't watch a movie called Orca.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. A giant creature swimming near Antarctica. No, I have not. Most of the stuff in the ocean is nightmarish. But yeah, so they discovered, so another mosasaur. Or mosasaur, I should say. It's probably more like what's pronounced pretty much. But the aquatic creatures that are no joke. And I'm thankful that we don't have to deal with that often. Sharks are bad enough. Killer whales are bad enough.
Sharks and crocs are pretty much what's left. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Crocs scare the fuck out of me.
They are fast on land.
Yeah, you need to not run in a straight line. Because they don't turn fast.
No, they don't turn fast, but people don't realize how fast they can be.
Yeah.
People don't realize how fast hippos can be too. Yeah. And hippos, I think, are worse.
Yeah, hippos are way worse. That's the animal that kills the most people per year, I think.
Yeah. But they don't look innocent. But I'm like, I tell people I don't want to go anywhere near them. They're worse than the alligators and crocodiles.
Saw a video of a deer that was stuck in the mud, somewhere in Africa, and a hippo kind of swam over to him and broke the deer's neck and just swam away.
Yeah, I don't want to. No,
just did it just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Used to have alligators in the ponds in my old neighborhood in Florida, even getting close to the park. Yeah. Hippo's the top killer, yeah. But they don't look it. That's why people don't assume. I'm like, they are worse. And they're fast on land. They are faster than people expect.
Yeah.
Hey, Salton.
Have you seen the saltwater crocodiles?
No. I mean, I'm sure I've seen them, it's pictures of them, but
Yeah, they can get you in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
They actually caught a guy in, I think it was Australia. He had been sleeping on the beach
Mm-hmm.
while drunk, and a huge one had gotten him. And they're aggressive as hell, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hippos kill more people than crocodiles or lions. Yep. But anyway, that's one article down. All right, so we have 5 more left.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is yeah, this is gonna be interesting. It's kind of like Breaking Bad meets World's Dumbest Criminals. So brilliant, quote unquote, brilliant scientist pleads guilty to running Breaking Bad style meth lab after inadvertently calling cops on himself. So after inadvertently calling the cops on himself. But he's a brilliant scientist.
Well, he probably is, but not brilliant at anything else.
Hey, Greg. So here it is. So a Long Island scientist cops to running a Breaking Bad style meth lab that initially landed on police radar when he called about a break-in at the facility last year. Prosecutor said Matthew Lashinsky, age 23, accidentally called the cops on himself when he dialed 911 around 3:30 a.m. June 7th to report a burglary in progress at his purported Roncon establishment. Quantitative Laboratories, LLC, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office said. When the police reached the scene, officers found broken glass at the entrance of the lab, a facility which they eventually realized was secretly manufacturing and pumping out methamphetamine and other controlled substances, including the hallucinogenic dimethyltryptamine, the district attorney's office said. Picture of him. More than 100 items of lab equipment, chemical reagents, and solvents that go into meth were found, along with over 3 ounces of meth, 625,000 milligrams of pure ketamine, and 20 plastic jugs of gamma butyroacetone, which is similar to the date rape drug, GHB.
He looks like some kind of monster of the week-ish character from X-Files.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially told on himself. Like he didn't stop to think, maybe I shouldn't report this break-in because of all this shit that they can see. Like maybe I shouldn't report this break-in. So all in all, about $40,000 was also seized by police. So this defendant was operating a Breaking Bad style drug lab and tried to conceal it under the guise of a legitimate business. The district attorney said in reference to the television drama series in which the chemistry teacher, Walter White, starts a meth lab. I want to thank the Suffolk County Police Department and officers who keenly identified evidence of a clandestine drug lab during their initial response to the scene, as well as our prosecutors and other members of law enforcement for their collaborative blah blah. Lashinsky claimed on his LinkedIn page that Quantitative Laboratories analyzes cannabis. Though he admitted to manufacturing the potent and deadly drugs, his lawyer attempted to paint a positive picture of his clients. Attorney David Besso told Newsday his client was a brilliant scientist who was examining drug addiction for the public good and denied he sold meth out of the lab. Yeah. So where'd you get the $40,000? Well, he said Lashinsky applied for a Department of Environmental Conservation license. He was working without the correct certification when he was arrested.
I know where he got the $40,000 from. Fannie Willis. Just this 40,000 missing there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The Farmingville resident overall pleaded to 13 charges tied to the case, including multiple counts of criminal possession of a controlled substance and unlawful manufacture of meth, the then district attorney's office said. His sentencing is set for March 20th, so we'll have to keep abreast of this we'll have to keep abreast of this.
Yeah, he's going away for a long time.
Yeah. He's brilliant, but also stupid. Or, clean up the drugs before you call 5-0. Like I'm saying, just maybe. That's what I said. This is basically Breaking Bad meets World's Dumbest Criminals. If someone would step back and, at the very least, hide the evidence, all right, of basically the illegal activities being done at this lab, or at the very least, or at the or just not call. Just say I'm not gonna.
Just don't invite the cops over.
Yeah. Just not call. Yeah, there was a break-in. But at the same time, it's like this is what you do. You don't call. All right. You figure out how to secure the stuff on the premises. So if there's another break-in and you have to call the cops, then they won't see the evidence. But he didn't think that far through. That's thinking you're smarter than the cops. Yeah. Yeah, it does. And if you're a criminal, don't call the cops. That's pretty much it. All right. Some of these articles, man, I'll tell you. I'm saying, just take the loss. Just take the loss at that point. I mean, if you're running an illegal drug lab, you'll get your money back. You'll get your money back. Anyway, got 4 more.
Number 2.
I'm gonna have to put batteries in my mouse after we're done. 2.
Sounds more funny in Norwegian. Putting batteries in your mouse.
True story from my area. Meth dealers were arrested one night. They were pulled over when the cops saw they had cardboard license plates. Oh God, that is a level of stupidity I didn't think was possible. There was a video that I saw. It wasn't gang members, but this woman actually called the cops because she felt she got cheated during a drug deal.
That's happened a few times.
Yeah, she actually called the cops, and the cop was he was so dumbfounded that she did it. And there's this other woman there as this lady is talking, this other woman is just laughing her ass off. You seen that, Trey? She's just laughing her ass off at the whole situation, and the cop is going what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, okay, that was cops. She called and wanted the money back. Yeah, I'm saying she was she wanted her money back, and she's actually called the cops.
Yeah. You know what happened here in town?
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine's a cop. They went to the address of a name they knew well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just to check. They were not allowed to enter though. They didn't have a search warrant. But the guy invited them in to just show them that he didn't have anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, hey, you want coffee? Just go to the kitchen and get yourself some coffee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next to the coffee were 2 tin cans, big ones. One was labeled hash. The other one was labeled cannabis. Right there on the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they're what's this? And he just went, That's all he said. And then they got busted.
That's all you can say at that point.
Yep.
But this article is one of the ones that you sent, that aliens could be trapped in a fishbowl world where gravity makes it impossible to leave.
Just the title alone, right? That's a hell of a title.
Yeah. Well, says that it's like a fishbowl-like gravitational pull of other worlds is keeping extraterrestrial life rooted to the ground and away from space. So aliens on other planets may be trapped there due to their fishbowl-like gravitational pull, according to Professor. As the hunt for signs of intelligent life in the universe continues, one expert believes we have not encountered any because their worlds are impossible to leave. They claim their powerful analogy explains why beings from beyond the stars, even highly intelligent aliens, are yet to leave their own world. Maybe they just don't want to. Maybe they've actually observed the observed Earth, and it's like they're lucky we're not mercy killing the planet. I'm just like, maybe they just don't want to invade us because, I don't know, they feel sorry for us. They don't punch down. I don't know. They nope the fuck out of Earth, saying like, it's like, yeah, we're not dealing with this shit. Landing in California, and there's like you all deserve each other. It would be no surprise. And I'm just saying, I'm like, it's like I'm not discounting this necessarily, but at the same time, it's like claiming that they're prevented. Like, well, maybe they don't have the technology. Maybe they just don't want to come here.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Fishbowl worlds were noted by Professor Elio Quiroga, whose work suggests highly advanced civilizations are yet to crack through their planet's extremely strong pull, leaving them stuck on the surface. Okay, so basically, it's like a strong gravitational pull, stronger than Earth. Probes are expensive. Dan Blackberry knows all about probing. Just take us to your leader. What are your pronouns, aliens? Yeah. No one's figure out faster than light travel. I'm saying. A friend of mine went to serve a warrant. Oh, the guy ran to the back door, forgot he had a shotgun hooked up to a fishing line. Got him, oh my god, got him stuck in the crotch.
Wow.
Aliens just want good cheeseburgers. I think this is just a little bit of a stretch. I mean, like, chances are, yeah, there's strong gravitational pulls, but at the same time, it's like like
on all of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's it's an explanation for maybe some planets, because there are planets even in our solar system that have like, I think I want to say it's like is it Jupiter or something, where it's like the gravitational pull is so strong that like you feel weighed down, as opposed to like the moon where you're bouncing all over the place because there's very little gravity. Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. There's intelligent life here. Yeah, when you look at the numbers, the tyranny, distance, and time is barrier enough. Yeah, so atmospheric density. Okay, atmospheric density. I'm just saying, like, it's. I think that's what he's talking about, not necessarily the gravitational pull, because that seems to be what he's talking about. Whereas if they're unable to do that, the atmospheric density versus, I don't know. So even with the gravitational pull of planets flagged, the Boffin believes there is not yet any need to change course on our search among the stars, but to improve our own equipment. All right, so said some planets would host communication between individuals could be feasible without the need for communication devices. Well, you know what, Dan? I nominate you as ambassador of Earth for these aliens, so you can enlighten them on their weak pull-out game.
Pulling out of Uranus.
Yeah. Could manage the gravity. Yes, he could. I think right now, even though I don't have put a lot of stock in extraterrestrial life, so like, at least haven't seen enough evidence to necessarily support it. I'm saying close to us. I'd say most likely they would be visiting us versus us and them at this point. That's more likely.
Yeah,
so.
I completely believe that there's extraterrestrial life.
Mm-hmm.
But given the distances, I don't think we're ever going to run into any.
Yeah. So, hello, Winky. I'm saying it's out there. It's just our solar system is big enough, and then you combine that with the fact that there's multiple solar systems, and the distance.
Yeah. There's over 4 billion galaxies that they've discovered. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Over 4 billions.
Yeah. So, which is, like I said, which is sad. It was like I also find stuff like this fascinating. I more find fascinating, like, paleontology, so forth. But I do find ufology fascinating as well. Unfortunately, you have shows like which show the nuttier side of those who study ufology. So it makes everyone look like
we're crazy.
Yeah. So something unexplained happens. Must be aliens. Not all the time. Anyway, but there's that. So it's an interesting theory. Don't know if I put full stock into it necessarily. Gravy said he's ready to go to Mars. I believe it. Okay, this mouse is driving me nuts. Come on. There it is. Okay, so let me just close that tab. We have 3 articles left.
Number one.
The title alone for this article is, I had to wonder what was going through the head of the author when they were assigned this subject. And this is one that Stieg found. Trans sex workers rip clothes off each other and hurl stilettos in huge 100-person brawl.
Yep. Dicks everywhere.
Yes. I'll read that headline again. Trans sex workers rip clothes off each other and hurl stilettos in huge 100-person brawl.
Yep.
Adrian Boss is like, that's enough internet for today. Terracing, my brain is shutting down. It's a trampede. New Royal Rumble rules, yes.
You know what's kind of funny? You know the Doritos thing that happened?
Mm-hmm.
The Doritos brag about how their products are non-trans fat.
Oh, God.
Kind of ironic.
Actually, I'm going to kind of share this in a group chat. Oh my God! Thank you for the $2 super chat, Vanyas. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate those who are tuning in, even though I'm off camera because it was a long day. And it's going through fun stuff. That's why I used to do Cringe Factory, and it got to a point where I was doing that at least once a week, sometimes twice a week if you included Talk Nerdy to Us. And it got to a point where it's like I couldn't do it anymore. And so now we talk about this stuff. Talk about movies that are actually. So I know I say dollars. I know it's euros, but dollars is so. So and like movies that we like, like might not be objectively good, but subjectively we love. Like this month for the ones and twos, we're talking the Leprechaun movies, Leprechaun 1 and 2. Then we're also talking for the singles, the 13th Warrior and 47 Ronin. Right? Not necessarily objectively good movies, but fun topics. So people are not hit with cringe every damn week on streams. And I'll be going to the article, yes. Trey says he's still stuck on the headline, yes. And thank you also for the pounds. £2. Bikini Stream Joke Smiles, yes. Thank you. And the $5 super sticker, thank you from Gravy, just for the Keep It Up pair. Thank you so much. And my mouse, I gotta put batteries in this thing. But anyway, so let's go into this article. This 100-person brawl in Bangkok.
Imagine the logistics of getting all the pronouns. The logistics of getting all the pronouns correct.
Yeah. All right. This mouse. I might have to jump off just to get some batteries. This is the moment armed police were overpowered by a group of transgender sex workers after being called to a brawl at the infamous Sukhumvit Road red light district in Bangkok. The shocking scene showed a massive fight between Filipino and Thai transgender sex workers on March 4th. Police were called to the scene after over 100 local sex workers gathered at a hotel where the Filipino workers were staying. The first foreign sex worker was pulled out of the Sitin Sukhumvit 11 hotel, accused of being part of a group that had clashed with locals and stolen their customers the previous night. But when the local prostitutes saw their alleged attackers, they exploded into a rage, sparking chaotic scenes that turned into a huge brawl.
Basically, they're like, you stole my dick, so I'm going to show them yours.
Holy hell. In the video, you can see stilettos flying as local trans women hit police, climb on buildings, stamp on other girls, throw objects, and even have their clothes ripped off. The fight reportedly carried on at the local Lumpini District Police Station, where the Filipino trans women were held for working without the necessary visas and permits. Officers were armed as is normal procedure. They handled the situation well and kept the crowd under control. Those involved were summoned to the police station for questioning. We assured everyone there will be fairness and we will make judgments accordingly. So they have the video. Okay, let me see. See if we see anything.
It's like everyone's bloody trans down there, though.
Oh, it's Bangkok.
Yeah, hence the name.
Yep. Let's see if we see. Look at this. Ladyboy capital, yes.
Imagine the noise.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily play the video, but oh my, look at it. Oh, whoa, okay, yeah. Saw a flash there.
Trey's starting a GoFundMe now to get him to Bangkok.
It's Ladyboy capital. Bocce Boy convention, yeah. So there was a little bit of a nip slip in that video, but there it is. There it is. 100-person brawl, transgender sex workers in Bangkok.
So it was a transgression.
Yes, pretty much. No, all the no. But anyway, so there it is. So get your passport ready. But there it is. Not an article, like not a title I would have like expected to see. But 2 more articles left.
Number 2.
All right, this is in case you're ever going to visit West Virginia. These are cryptid festivals. So yeah, the West Virginia announces lineup of monster and cryptid festivals for 2024, including new additions. So if you're going to be in that area, I should say, here's the 2024 schedule. You have the Bigfoot Festival, back for its 4th year, from June 27th to 29th. The Grafton Monster Festival will take place from June 15th to 16th at Black Cat Rookery Bookstore. Veggie Man Day. What's Veggie Man?
Don't know.
Will pay tribute to the vegetable man of Marion County. I gotta look that up. I've never heard of that.
Pumpkinhead's cousin?
What?
Pumpkinhead's cousin, perhaps?
Yeah. The Moth Boys Paranormal Podcast and Conjure Dust Designs are the organizers. Lurch Fest will take place in Philippi. Festival celebrates the memory of Lurch actor Ted Cassidy. Okay. That's interesting. August 3rd. Mothman Festival. All right. Which is the largest cryptid festival according to this in West Virginia. Is slated for September 21st. Come on, you fucking mouse. And 22nd in Point Pleasant. The festival features various activities, blah, blah. But there it is. Yeah, the Mothman Festival. I gotta look up this vegetable man of Marion County. You get the Bigfoot Festival, the Grafton Monster Festival, Lurch Fest, but that's, Lurch actor. Is that some kind of... I don't know, I gotta look it up. Vegetable man. Vegetable man, Marion.
I guess there's a risk of getting Joe Biden. You search for that.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. It says the vegetable man of West Virginia is a little-known hoax that is said to have occurred in Marion County near Grant Town, just north of Fairmont. It was described in an issue of Gray Barker's newsletter from March 1976 as thin and plant-like, with yellow eyes, pointed ears, and suction cup fingers with needle tips. Gray Barker, a Braxton County native and Clarksburg resident, was a known hoaxer from the 50s through the 80s, who specialized in UFOs and paranormal events, and a collection of his research and correspondences is kept in the public library. All right. So it's, I guess, more or less chalked up to be a hoax, but they still hold a festival to it.
Is that some place you'd want to go?
So, well, I mean, at some point, yeah, I would like to attend some of these festivals. They sound interesting. The first-hand account from Jennings H. Frederick details the vegetable man. Says, on a beautiful mid-July day in 1968, Jennings Frederick was walking through his woods during an unsuccessful hunt for woodchuck when he heard a jabbering voice that he said sounded like a sped-up recording. According to Barker's newsletter, this is what it said. You need not fear me. I wish to communicate. I come as friends. We know of you all. I come in peace. I wish medical assistance. I need your help. Okay. Surprise. Frederick felt his arm catch on a patch of brambles. When he looked down, he realized that what he thought was brambles was actually a 3-fingered hand that was green like a plant. Frederick said the fingers were 7 inches long with needle-like tips and suction cups, which had attached themselves to his arm. He heard a suction sound and knew blood was being drawn. Alright, so that's the vegetable man. to the stalk of some huge ungainly plant, but the creature is surprisingly strong. Eyes yellow to red, turned from yellow to red as they began to spin, hypnotizing Frederick and distracting him from the pain in his arm. So they kind of like act like leeches, in a sense, of like that these things are at all real. But here, I'll just share this so you guys can see what I'm reading. Just real fast. I'm not going to... So, this is what one of the drawings looks like here.
Yeah, that's totally scary.
Yeah, so... If it's, like I said, if it's real. I mean... But there it is. So that's the Vegetable Man of Marion County, where it's like, it's one of those extremely little known cryptids of sorts, pretty much, but they still hold festivals to it. But there's that. All right, so last article, chat. Thank you for hanging out with us. So, bloke hospitalized by Bigfoot after mysterious beast throws rock at his head. A man claims he was hospitalized after Bigfoot threw a rock at his head, and even has a video purporting to show the moment he was knocked to the ground by the elusive beast. Alright. Where's the Entwives? They lost them. Can't find them. A man claims he was hospitalized by Bigfoot after the beast threw a rock at him. The man, identified as Dan, submitted his account along with a video of the incident to the US-based Smokey Sasquatch Stories and Survival channel on YouTube. Dan's account was read out in the video on the channel. He said, "So I was walking through the most densely wooded part of my property when I started hearing some unusual noises about 50 to 70 feet in front of me from the woods to my right. I couldn't see anything, and I continued to walk closer to where it was coming from so I could see what all the commotion was about. Usually I wouldn't think too much about noises coming from the woods, but there was something off about them. It was these loud whack, whack, whack sounds, like someone was chopping down a tree, and that's what got me concerned in the first place. I thought it might be a trespasser on my property. When he got closer, he realized there was more volume than you would expect from a human lumberjack. It didn't sound like an axe hitting a tree. It sounded like a full-blown tree hitting a tree. At this point, he decided to take out his phone and start recording, but as soon as he did, he claimed something smashed into his head. He captured the moment he was knocked down on camera, and when the camera hits the ground, a guttural roaring noise can be heard. Let's see, hold on. Let me see. I want to play the whole thing. Let's see if they show his camera footage. Doesn't look like it. It's reading off the encounter. Maybe it's this. Well, it caught something. But, you know, we only have his word. It's often described like the Predator's cloak. I think, like, you know, it's like, remember I've showed the movie Harry and the Hendersons, how it looks like they can blend in to their surroundings. So it's like I'm fully I'm pretty much ready to believe that there are some creatures out there, much like Sasquatch, because there are vast woods, even in the United States. So it didn't show the rock. No, you kind of hear it hit him. It looks like it's from the side, so you don't see the rock, and he falls. So I'm fully ready to believe that Sasquatch exists, but the only thing he recorded were sounds, which could be construed as Bigfoot sounds, but at the same time they could be animal sounds. You know, like basically the camera, it's picking up the sounds, but having it come through your phone or another recording might sound like it's like a different creature, when in fact it's like creatures that we actually know already. So I'm just saying, it's like that video, it's not really definitive proof. Like I said, we hear the sounds, but they could be anything. They could be anything. And I think it like showed it's like, you know, hold on. Oh, come on. Yeah, he looks like bruised, and that's... I don't know. Hey, everyone, Chad. Good to see you. We'll be wrapping it up shortly. Lottery ticket when IRS will get all over it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I say that Bigfoot has a winning lottery ticket and the IRS will find him like that. But anyway, yeah, it's not seeing definitive proof. Hearing something that could possibly it, but at the same time, it's like no evidence that it was Bigfoot. No evidence that, for all we know, it could have been someone that was trespassing on his property, threw a rock at him, knocked him out, all right, and then like this phone picked up animal sounds that, you know, that were loud, that there was in the distance, but were loud enough that would be picked up and sounded like guttural. So I'm just saying it could have been a human. It could have been a human like trespassing, just threw a rock at him because he didn't want to be caught. I'm just saying. We don't know. We don't see it. We don't see it. We don't even see the rock flying at him. We just hear the sound of it like hitting him and him falling. That's it. But anyway, that is the good, the fun, and the weird stream, ladies and gentlemen. We do this once a month. So people have talking about good stuff, fun stuff, and weird stuff. And there's plenty of weird to go around, as the trans sex workers article showed. Yeah, it does get your imagination going. Yeah, there's an arboretum actually close to where I live that once the weather warms, I'll be like hiking through there. And I wouldn't say necessarily it's quiet, but it's like close to it. Yeah, this is Steeg's Twitter. Thank you so much. So again, Steeg, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Well, on my Twitter. And keep in mind, it takes me about a year to follow someone back because I don't check. Sorry. Nothing personal at all. And what else? Yeah, I'm going to be here next month. Not twice.
Yeah, so basically for the next time he'll be on, the channel will be the top 10 1985 films at the end of this month. Next week, so you have if you have not seen these films, you have a week to 2 weeks to watch them. Next week, for the first of the 1s and 2s, will be Leprechaun. Despite Jennifer Aniston not wanting to admit she was in this film, sorry, sweetheart, it's still part of your filmography, and it was pretty much your first film. Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston and Warwick Davis. And then following that, for the 2s, will be Leprechaun 2, again with Warwick Davis, but this time in Las Vegas. And for the singles, The 13th Warrior, and then 47 Ronin. So basically, Leprechaun 1 and I believe 13th Warrior will be next week, and then the following week will be Leprechaun 2 and 47 Ronin. I
And
think she's going to be decent in it too. She just doesn't want to admit that she starred in it.
I actually might be on the 13th Warrior stream because Orange asked me.
Yeah.
Depends on if I'm awake or not.
And like I said, and then top 10 films of 1985. And then when I can get my mouse to work. Thank you. This is my Discord. Yes, I broke down and created a Discord server. I do watch parties there. I try to so people can relax at the end of the week and have fun. So get away from the cringe. And this week I'm going to be at least watching Bulletproof Monk. Might do another watch party Saturday evening since I don't think I'll be able to stream. But I'll figure out what to watch. And at some point, like I said, I do want to start doing watch parties of classic films like Stalag 17 because there's so many good films out there from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and so forth that I think deserve a little bit of love. So thank you for the £2 super chat again, Winky. I got my little leprechaun. Yeah. So I think you'll like it, Trey. It's a bit of a mystery. But it's not. It's a bit of a whodunit mystery, but it's not where it's the crime is solved at the end of the movie per se. Sort of a mystery because it's figured out. It's figured out the whodunit of sorts. Kind of well before the final act, but then again, after that point, it's well, how is it revealed? The whodunit of sorts, pretty much. And it is a great movie. I love it. I actually read the play it's based on, and Billy Wilder, his screenplay is leagues better than the play. Play is mediocre at best. Is mediocre at best, and Billy Wilder just perfected it with Stalag 7. Just perfected it. It's one of the best movies out there. I might show that at some point. Maybe not this weekend, but soon. I think you guys will like it. I'm gonna try to show some more actual classic films. So I love some things. And Sunset Boulevard, holy shit! It's not an upper, but it's so good. He is a great filmmaker. He was a great filmmaker. And I did enjoy Some Like It Hot. Of course, you couldn't make Some Like It Hot nowadays because then you have the weirdos on Twitter believing that the two male leads who are posing as women to escape the mob because they witnessed a hit. The weirdos will claim that, oh, it must be because they're trans. No, it's because they're fucking hiding out from the mob. You fucking crazies. Seven Samurai, that's a long one. That I'd have to start relatively early, because that's a long movie. That's a pretty long movie. Anyway, thank you, chat. That's the schedule coming up. I might go live on Twitch tomorrow evening. We'll see. But Friday will be the watch party. Saturday, maybe another watch party. I will be unavailable Sunday for Talk Nerdy Plus. I don't know if Steph is going to be doing a solo stream after that or not. So basically, the next time you see me stream, if I don't stream tomorrow, will essentially be Monday evening playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, going back to the first Mass Effect game, and going through all three again. So take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we will see you all next time. Peace.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.